Yo, what's up guys? Hope you're all having a blast with my last build. You might enjoy this one even more. First of all, I'm very proud of coming up with this and the last build. They're completely original. This one is as powerful and fun, if not more. I've encountered many problems over the last few days with this build and I managed to solve all of them, so I'm very happy. It's now perfectly balanced for all contents, and I want you to enjoy it as much as I do. So, how do I come up with this build? First of all, the last build we talked about Fist of War 3, how the Ancestral boost has double effect on supported skills, and you match it with Titan's Ancestral Empowerment, every other slam is ancestrally boosted. I also have this cluster right here. A lot of ancestrally boosted damage nodes. They add to a total of 100%, I think. So I was greedy. I'm not satisfied with every other slam to be ancestrally boosted. I want every single slam to be ancestrally boosted. I also want to run over everything like a tank, like an ICE border patrol. To be able to do that, we need to abuse our new secret weapon, the underestimated Ancestral Cry. Ancestral Cry is the new skill in this league that performs a war cry using glory gained by igniting enemies to turn you into in your footsteps trigger volcanic steps. Melee strikes and slams are ancestrally boosted. I have it at level 35 right now. My volcanic step damage is 748%. Volcanic steps is a slam skill, so it will get all the ancestral boost benefit. Every step. That's just uber juicy. If only we can have it up at all times. There are two conditions for Ancestral Cry. One, it requires 100 glory through igniting the enemies to activate it. And two, Warcry duration is enhanced by the endurance charge. There are two easy ways to get endurance charge, two support gems. One is Endurance Impact 2. It allows 30% chance to gain an endurance charge when heavy stun a non-unique enemy with supported skills. The other one is Armor Break. It gives 20% chance to gain endurance charge when supported skill fully break armor. To summarize it, we need the skills to ignite and we need skills to break armor and stun. But before we talk about skills, let's talk about another secret weapon, the Breachlord support gems. The Breachlord support gems are new in this league. They are super cheap right now. Basically, they all have two effects. They all benefit from the chaos damage. Like this one, Exospire. The chaos damage from his support also contribute to flammability and ignite magnitude. This one, the Ashes Radiances. I don't know why they don't just say it's Breachlord blah blah blah. They have to make these weird ass names. This one, the chaos damage from hits also contribute to shock chance. And this one, even harder to pronounce, Nettles retarded embrace. The break armor equal to 20% of chaos damage dealt by supported skills. The other effect is just more chaos damage, but that one's irrelevant. It's the first line here that really matters, that allows us to do all kinds of tricks. There's another one here we're not using. I'm sure somebody is already using it to come up with some creative builds to this one causes freeze buildup. They can work with Ice Herald and Armor Explosion. Yeah, that's a different build. All of these Breachlord support gems benefit from the chaos damage, so we need to first get a lot of chaos damage. In this league, there are a lot of sources to grab extra chaos damage. The runes, currently not very expensive. Each rune gives 13% extra chaos damage if you have your weapon on 13. If you have 3 sockets on your weapon, you can get 39 extra chaos damage on just one weapon. And if you have 2 weapons like this, you can double that. And the Dreamer Shrine Scepter gives 27 extra chaos damage. The Heart of the Well Diamond gives 13% extra chaos damage. There's the Against Darkness jewel that can add 4% of chaos damage per noble skill. If you need more, there's also this skill right here. You can allocate the pure chaos, gain 11% of damage as chaos damage. So there's a lot of sources. And of course there is the chaos attunement if you ever need, but it'll reduce the other damages. So right now you can see my Earth Shatter. Total damage, maximum is 18k. My chaos damage is 6k, like a third of it is chaos damage. My Ancestral Warcry, the Volcanic Steps, main hand total damage 52k. The chaos damage is 20k. It's close to half of it. So that's a big source. The extra chaos damage will apply to all skills you use, and all of these Breachlord gems will all benefit from that. Most mobs don't have chaos breaths, and we even use Blasphemy with Despair to lower their chaos resistance to negative. That makes the Breachlord even more effective. So that's how we ignite to meet the first condition, to ignite and gain glory. There are 100 glory is very hard to meet. So there are other, I'll go into details later. There are other ways on your specifically on your passives and jewels to help you meet the conditions more easily. Our main skills are Earth Shatter and Volcanic Fissure. For Earth Shatter is mainly for generating endurance charges. The Enduring Impact 2 gain endurance charge through heavily stunned enemies, so we have a lot of stun investment here, and I even take Crushing Blows. We are not using this one, the Ancestral Empowerment, because once we have the Ancestral Warcry, every slam will be ancestrally boosted, so we don't need this one. I have Armor Break here. I have both of these two support gems that help generate endurance charge. Branching Fissures is just to hit as many enemies as you can. Life Leech to sustain life. At Louis, just a little bit of extra damage. Volcanic Fissure. This one is the damage of itself is already. Let me show you. Its base damage is mostly fire, and you can see my chaos damage is almost as much as my fire damage, and this is all from the extra chaos damage. So all fire damage will contribute to the flammability magnitude, and the chaos damage, use the Exos Pyre Breachlord support gem. Half the damage that is chaos will also contribute to a flammability magnitude, and we use Ignite 3 to cause more flammability magnitude. Branching Fissures to reach as many enemies as you can. Fire Penetration, you ignore fire resistance. Life Tap. Earth Shatter and Volcanic Fissure are our two weapons to meet the requirement to activate Ancestral Warcry. Forge Hammer is, I think we talked about the last one. This is mainly for boss and Simulacrum, and you can put it down if there's like a pit, for Abyssal Pit that has a lot of hard rares that gives you a lot more damage, because once we have the Ancestral Warcry, every slam is Ancestral boosted. This one has the Festival 3, the Ancestral boost will have the double effect. And Ambrosia, yeah, everybody knows that. Pair up with Mana Flask with 120 charges. These are all just for damage. And then our big secret, our focus, the underestimated Ancestral Warcry. I have it at level 35. I'll tell you how to get this one. It's not cheap, but you know, every level matters, especially at high level. My Volcanic Step attack damage is 748. Prolonged duration to make it long as possible. I put this Breachlord gem here, the chaos damage from hits. The chaos damage from Volcanic Steps, which is almost a third of the total damage. Actually, it's more. It's close to like a half of it. Is going to shock the enemy, apply more damage, and also trigger Herald of Thunder. And because the main damage is still fire, I put Rakiata's Flow here in case the enemy has fire resistance. I put this, I think this is the most expensive, the +1 level Yeah, more damage for volcanic steps. The 10% quality also works for this one because the quality for Ancestral Cry increase the war cry duration per endurance charge consumed. It'll make it last longer. The Fire Mastery. Ancestral Cry has so many tags. Look at this. As melee tags, as projectile tags, as fire tags. Yeah, all of these tags. So any of these tags, if you have plus level on fire or projectile or melee, it's gonna benefit from all of that. Other resources of level is you get 2 melee skills from your gloves. Now you get 4 levels from your hammer. Level of all Ancestral Cry skills. This one should be very cheap because it's not very popular. I think I bought this one for like 1 divine. That's how I got to level 35. Wing Dancer, I talked about it many times. It's mainly for defensive, you know, a scale of physical damage, wide, maim, and life leech. So if they hit you, you leech your life right back in. It's overleech. Herald of Thunder. Herald of Thunder also does a lot of chaos damage. Oh, it does more chaos damage than lightning damage. Look at that. It's off from the extra damage. I use this one in here because when Ancestral Warcry activates, it's gonna shock the enemies through this Breachlord support gem, activate Herald of Thunder quite constantly. So Herald of Thunder with a lot of chaos damage also. I use the Netos Embrace to break armor. And I use Armor Demolisher 2 to break more armor, and I use Armor Break. When supportive skills fully break armor, it's gonna gain Endurance Charge. So even when you are having the Ancestral Warcry, you're breaking armor, you're gaining Endurance Charge, and because we have Crushing Impact and invested some stun build up. So the stun buildup is actually pretty high, you know, over 400. So I put more stun buildup here, and in case it stuns an enemy, it also gives you endurance charge. And because the Herald of Thunder is constantly breaking armor, I also have Scavenged Plating. It's going to give yourself more defense. Time of Need is for defense, removing curse. Infernal Cry is mainly used to activate Forged Hammer and the spikes from Earth Shatter. It's only needed for really tough single target boss. Blasphemy, thanks to the spirit from the Dreamer Scepter, we have enough spirit to do this one. So because like I said, most mobs don't have chaos resistance, so with the Despair and Heightened Curse, you can push their chaos resistance into negative, into below 0, so they'll take more chaos damage. And the Ritual Curse and Magnify Area is just to make it bigger. So that's the skills. Let's talk about gears. The gears, this is the ultra uber expensive version, so I get the best weapon as I can. Originally, I was using the Mjolnir, which also had 3 sockets, but this one-hand mace is going to give you a little bit more on the base damage, the same extra chaos damage, and the 4 levels to all attack skills. Everything benefits from it. All of your attack skills, including the heralds, will benefit from this. 4 levels a lot. 23 chance to gain onslaught is also good. We keep killing them, we keep getting the onslaught, you run faster, and you know. So for helmet, we're still using the Viper cap, and I take these 2 since we have a lot of spirit from the Dream Scepters. We don't need this extra spirit on the helmet, so I get 2 sockets, and this one is going to keep regenerating life as you are progressing maps. The amulet, get armor, max life, global defense, and +3 melee skills, must have, and the rest can go fill up your attribute or resistance. I allocated this one. The allocating skills, you can have a lot of options. If you only have 2 sockets on your weapon, you want more chaos damage, you can add this one, pure chaos, get 11% more extra chaos damage. I allocated this one because I feel like my damage is enough and I want a little bit more attack speed and I want a little bit more defense because I have full mana at all times. I don't really use mana, so why not use this as an extra layer of defense? There are other options. You can allocate this one. This one gives a 40% flammability magnitude. It's very helpful to ignite enemy. And once they're ignited, you also get 40% increased damage against it, which is good for boss. So, and if you want endurance charge to extend your duration, you can get the endurance charge. There are 3 of them that gives maximum endurance charge. So you have a lot of options, you know, whatever you want. Dream Scepter. This is a must-have for this build. Unfortunately, I apologize. Well, not for myself. A lot of you ask for a budget build for this one, but unfortunately, to make this build as smooth as possible, we do need a Dreamer Shrine Scepter. It's not just because of the 27 extra chaos damage. The 27 extra isn't as much as a second weapon with like 39 extra. But we do need the Dreaming Groom Shrine effect, which explodes any enemies you kill, dealing chaos damage equal to a quarter of their max life. Because this chaos damage equal to a quarter of their max life, this is a fixed number. It's not, unless you get the gloves that double the on-kill effect. Otherwise, it's based on the mob's maximum life. It's not affected by anything. And it automatically chains itself to kill anything nearby. So without this Gloom Shrine effect, running into that many mobs is just suicide, because Volcanic Step, however strong it is, the slam radius is only 1.2 meters. It's very close to you. And not every step happens to land exactly in this range with the monster. So you need the Dream Explosion to clear the path for you. Otherwise, you have to get really, really close in order to kill the enemy. If they're not killed, you're stuck. And if you're stuck, you can't step forward. You can't do no more damage. So if you want to play it smoothly, you have to get the Dream Scepter. There is a semi-expensive version. You still need the Dream Scepter, but you don't need to get a one-hand mace to make it work. You can use the Mjolnir that from bossing now to also be on the first weapon set and just lock it for both weapon set. That way you lose 4% of the attack skills, but it's still pretty strong if you can make up the other requirements. The base damage is about the same, the extra chaos damage is about the same, the attack speed is about the same or even more. And you want to sock it. That way you're going to want to sock it in arc and put this one, Exil's Pyre, that contributes to flammability, in arc. In this one with the arc. So that way when you are spamming Earth Shatter or whatever, the arc is constantly triggered or reaching more enemies and igniting. The extra chaos damage will ignite as many enemies as possible to help you reach the condition for Ancestral Cry. So that is the semi-expensive version in case you can't afford a really good one-hand mace. Some Dreamer Shrine Scepter has decreased skill effect duration. You'd want to avoid that because it's gonna reduce your duration for your Ancestral Cry. You don't need to necessarily get 13%. It's not that big of a deal, but at least have it at above 0. Increase, not decrease. Rings, just flat damage is good to have, but not a must-have. The rings are mostly to give you more life and fill up your resistance. If you want to use an extra slot for scavenge plating, which is not a must-have, it's just good to have more defense, you're gonna have to have at least one ring being the onset ring to give you an extra skill slot. For armor, body armor, get life and get armor. I try to resocket this with the damage taken from mana before life, because like I said, we have mana always full. It's not being used most of the time. So, and each socket gives 10% damage taken from mana before life. If you can get like 3 sockets or 4 sockets, yeah, that's really good. So I just wanted to test it out, and it works fine to me. It doesn't reduce that much armor, but it gives you a lot of damage taken from mana for life. Boots is just movement speed. You want to run fast with Ancestral Cry. The faster you run, the more steps you trigger, the more damage you do. Like if there's a single target, you're gonna have to dance around it a little bit more or run back and forth. The faster you run, the more steps and the more damage. For gloves, just do a +2 melee skill is a must-have. The rest is just, you know, you can get it whatever. You want more damage, you want more armor, or you want more life, you know. But I do want a lot of attack speed. I want to say one thing though. If you can, it's hard to find a high armor glove with all these together because not many people craft gloves like this. It's okay to get evasion, pure evasion, or armor evasion hybrid, because whatever evasion you get, it's gonna get converted into armor. So that opens up the... Yeah, so if you can find a pure armor one, you can get a pure evasion or evasion armor hybrid. Don't get the energy shield. That's that one's useless. Hunter heavy belt. Any belt can get this maximum endurance charges. The maximum endurance charge is only applied to belts. So if you don't want hunter belt, you can get like a speed belt, movement speed belt. You can get attack speed belt, and make sure they all get the +1 maximum endurance charge. And this one's kind of cheap because not many people play builds with endurance charge, and when they get this one, they're gonna want to sell it cheap because the expensive ones are usually, the popular ones are usually like attributes or resistance or critical damage, or you know, +1 maximum endurance charge is actually cheap to get, unless you saw my video super late. People grab it already. Charm. If you can afford it, get the Spirit of a Wolf one, because when you have this buff, it's gonna allow all hits to break more armor, which is going to help you generate endurance charge, and give you armor for scavenger plating. So mana flax 120 charge for ambrosia. Life, you want to get the one with instant recovery, so you know if something hits you, you can spam it to heal and get as much charge as you can, so you don't get out of it. I never liked the old Lorth life flask. A lot of people use that one, but that one only has 3 charges, and I panic spam. You know, when I see I'm about to die, I panic spam, especially on the abyssal zones. Your life just go drain down so fast, and I panic spam like ba 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 ba, like that. So I want the instant one with a lot of charges. Yep. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot to say one thing. The semi-expensive version, when you socket this one with the arc, remember to put ignite there too, so it'll help you ignite enemies easily. So that's for the gears, and let's talk about the passives before we do a mapping showcase. The passives. First of all, the ascendancy skills, like I said, because Ancestral Cry allow every slam to automatically be Ancestral boosted, we don't really need this one. So I used more life and crushing impact, crushing blows. Very important, this one. It's going to help you stun most of the enemies easily, and stunning them makes you safer, and it's going to give you endurance charge through the enduring impact too. And it's easier because it's 30% chance to get endurance charge through stunning, while armor break only is 20%. but I have them off, so this way you don't get endurance charge very easily all the time. You're gonna want to get. Oh, I invested a little bit of a stun build up here, and max life too. You're gonna want to get a Megalomaniac Diamond to grab the Grit, Guts, Endurance. These are the only 3 that gives maximum endurance charge. If you can find a Megalomaniac to grab all 3 of them, I highly doubt it. They don't even exist. But you can get at least 2 of them. And they are all far apart, you know. So, yeah, try to get a Megalomaniac to grab those 2. If you can. You can skip these little ones. I know they're on the way, but they're useless. Once it charges on, you know, you'll see how long my Ancestral boost cry is once I activate. It's 2 minutes and 31 seconds. It's crazy. Also because I have these endurance increased skill effect duration. I have these increased skill effect duration that they all increase the duration of Ancestral cry. This critical nods is for weapon set 2 because we're still using dual Mjolnir with lightning skills to kill the boss, though the lightning skills will benefit from that. This one was supposed to be blood magic, but now because of the Undying Hate Jewel, make sure it's Amanamu, not Tech Rod, Amanamu. And it'll turn blood magic or any keystone nearby into a sacrifice of flesh, which 20% of the life loss is prevented, and then slowly you lose it over the next 4 seconds. So a lot of big hits that's supposed to kill you won't kill you now. It's just gonna tell you, oh, your life is about to die. Spam the instant life flask heal as quick as you can before you actually die. This is a lifesaver for many situations because we run into a lot of intensity, abyssal areas, because we run into a big pack of mobs. So it's a lifesaver in many situations. This one, I love this one so much, you know, because we still have 72% armor, and so 70% of the physical damage you take is prevented, and the 25 is going to recoup. And the more hit you take, the more recoup life is going to stack over each other, so you'll get this constant life regeneration. The maces, this is for weapon set 2, the more aftershocks to trigger like the fissures and stuff for a boss. And this is the cluster for Ancestral boost, because now Ancestral Warcry has all the slams, including its own steps, to be Ancestral boosted. This one just gives you 102% damage. Super good. This is for more damage. I grabbed this one because I found a Megalomaniac just happened to have this one. You know, gives you a stun build up, which is good too. I couldn't find the one with the endurance. Grab 2 endurance, so I have to spend extra passives to grab this. And to grab this one gives 2. These is a very important one. The glory generation increase, a total of 68. That'll help you get 100% glory real quick. This is the most important jewel I want to talk about. Make sure you get small passives in the radius, also grant flammability, and you want it to be 3%. This 3% with the hulking form is going to be 4%. And then with another 25 increased effect of all small passive skills in radius is going to push it to 5%. So 5% increased flammability magnitude. 5%. And the 25 increased effect of small passives in radius also apply to the original effect of these skills. So you can see this one. This one attack damage, it was 37% with the Hulking form, and now it's 43%. 43%. The armor increased. Used to be 30% with the Hulking form, now it's 35%. And this is not another one. And these, the increased armor and the armor also applied to elemental damage, also get the benefit from 25 increased effect of small passives. So this is a must-have. This is giving you a lot of flammability magnitude, and you want to upgrade the radius to at least medium, if not large. The medium will cover these two. So in case you have extra passive, you want to invest on these for a lot more armor and 10% more flammability magnitude, you can grab these two. And if you get a large one like me, you can grab, and you have extra passives, you can grab these. It'll give you damage and flammability. You can grab these that'll, break armor and flammability. You can grab these for more rage and flammability, because every step is gonna generate rage through the gain 1 rage or melee hit. Your volcanic step is melee hit, so your rage will ramp up, and as long as you're hitting the enemy, it'll never die down. So you can push these, get all the benefits. You can grab these, if you want more life leech and damage and flammability. So it has a lot of option here you can do. A lot of option you can do based on what you like. And if you are shy, you only get the small radiance. That's okay. You still get a lot of these, and you get the benefits from those. So that's that. Let's go down. This one doesn't matter, but these two do. They give 52% of flammability magnitude. Very, very, yeah. I tried without these two. The difference is huge. A lot of enemies, but you can ignite in one hit. Now you need 2 hits or 3 hits. So I grabbed those. Speed nods. Yep. You have to run as fast as you can because we are running everywhere. These are just the surrounded nodes for more attack speed and attack damage. See, I told you 37%. Here is 43% because of the 25 increased effect. This one just helps you to map faster. This one, like I said, it converts all evasion to armor, so you can actually grab a piece of armor, body armor or gloves with all evasion rating. You'll get the same amount of armor. And this one gives, make sure you have at least 10 green support gems. That's why I socket a lot of the green gems in a maze strike. I don't use maze strike, but I use some green gems to make sure my dexterity is at least has 10, so to get the benefit from the movement speed from this one, and the max life. Yeah, these really help to reduce the requirement for your Herald skills, Wing Dancer, and Mjolnir. And this one will give you more damage. So, yeah. This is for the lightning spells on weapon set 2 for bossing. More attack damage. And let's talk about the jewels. The jewels, we're going to talk about this one and this one. This one is Heart of the Well. Make sure you get 13% of extra chaos damage, or 12%. Fire damage is good to have to help with the ignite. Because your fissure, But if you can't afford it, just get one of them is fine. I think chaos is better than fire, of course. Because enemies don't have chaos, and we use despair to lower their chaos resistance. The other two, I would recommend getting a rage, because this is the only source you can get rage now. And when you're constantly using volcanic step, you're constantly generating rage through this one. Movement speed, extra. Get resistance if you can. Yeah, we talk about this one. It's 3 levels, you know, Ancestral Cry. Ancestral Cry is one of the least popular skill right now until until this video is out. Yeah, I can't imagine the price of this going up already. Because last video, I think, when I make the video, there are a couple of Sunders on the market that only cost like 25 divines and 30 divines. And then as soon as the video is out, they're all gone, like instantly. This one is supposed to be cheaper, but we'll see. I got this Melody Maniac for grabbing the grit and impact. If you can find one with give you grit, endurance, and guts, you know, 2 of them will be great. And that'll save you another 2 points so you can invest anywhere else. That's the passives. Let's do a mapping showcase. For this mapping showcase, I want you to keep an eye on my Ancestral War Cry to see how fast the glory charges and how long it lasts. Okay. So when you're in the Poe2 for maps, you can spam the Volcanic Fissure first. So it'll start generating the glories, and you want to run into a big pack of mobs that'll generate faster. And if by the time your Ancestral Cry is ready to pop and you still don't have enough endurance charge, you have like 2 or 3, you wanted to bump it up to 7. I think I have 7 right now. You can spam a Shatter instead to stun the enemy and armor break the enemy to get the endurance charge. Already ready to go. Only 2. Spam Earth Shatter. I want 7. I have 5 now. I want 7. Okay, I have 4 and 7 endurance charge now. Ready? Bam! 2 minutes, 31 seconds. How about that? That's gonna be enough for you to run the whole map. And now you're in God mode. Just run them over. You run them over. Do not get stuck. You get stuck, you can't do damage, okay? If you're in a tight space, just go back and forth like this, or like a single target, go around it like that. In a terrain and a roll, if you have to. If you get stuck, do a roll. Constantly moving, constantly on the move. Do not stop. Do not get stuck. Boom! You're like a tank. You run over everything. Nothing stops you. Nothing stops you. They come close, they die. They come close, they die. Oh, my graphic card is crying. I don't care how many you are, how many of you have. Just comment me. Comment me all you want. Where's my team? You run them over easily. I don't care. Whoa, whoa. See, that's a situation where you get stuck. But even if you get stuck, your Wing Dancer is going to Gale Force them and help you. That's and trigger explosion. Wing Dancer also have the Chaos damage to it. So that's the beauty of having extra Chaos damage. It applies to all the skills you have. It's amazing, right? And also notice my endurance charge is also always full at full times. You know why? Because Ancestral has Ash Radiance, is shocking the enemy. The shocked enemies die, trigger Head of Thunder. Head of Thunder has both the armor break to gain inner charge and the stun to gain inner charge. So that's why. Woof! That's dangerous. Ah, that's saving my life. My mana saved my life. I took a big hit there. Yeah, you can do a fissure if you want, and you run over the fissure, it's gonna trigger all the fissures. If you run into like a hard single target, you can do it this way. Whoa! Okay, that's not a very expensive one. Now, I have only 5 seconds left. When you're getting down and you still have 4th inner charge, you want to pop it, you want to regain the glory as soon as possible. So now you head to a big pack of mobs, you head to like a ritual on map, activate it, put on fissures, spam it, and see how fast my glory charges up before the endurance charge time runs over. Spam it. See? That took what? 2 seconds? It's already ready to use again. And pop it. And then you run. You get another 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Isn't that beautiful? For a simulacrum and a ritual like this, you can put down the fissures, either through volcanic fissures or through forged hammer, and then you just run over the fissures. Every step is going to trigger the fissures to do extra damage. If you have Mjolnir on your left hand as main weapon, all those melee energies are going to trigger your lightning skills like crazy. See? Woo! It's... You're the god of Inferno. You're the god of fire. Oh. 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 Come at me all you want. Come at me all you want. And because the Lightning Herald is breaking armor constantly, it's feeding the Scavenge Plate, give you more defense. Yeah. And yeah, Onslaught is always on. Yeah, the Hunter Belt gives you some extra damage, extra buffs. So, yeah. Great flame. Anyways, you get the idea. That's for the mapping. For bossing, it's the same, exact same thing. On weapons, on weapon set 2, we have. Yes, weapon set 1. On weapon set 2, you don't really need any of these because you lose the spirit from the Scepter. The only thing you need is Blasphemy to lower the boss's chaos resistance, because your lightning spells also get a lot of extra chaos damage. So probably a third or half of their damage is chaos. Yeah, and you can kill Xesht in like a second. My Mjolnirs for weapon set 2, all sockets are extra chaos damage. And the combo is the same from the last video. You just put down like 5-6 spikes, throw for a hammer, pop it with the Infernal Cry, and then do the same. So yeah. That's it. That's for bossing. If you want more details for the bossing combos, it's in the last video. Also for weapon set 2, I think I explained it here. We have the lightning damage, lightning pan, and we have the aftershock, and we have the crit. Yeah. If you want to explore more, you can use the diamond that allow you to grab this cluster. You want to grab the resonant one that allow you to grab this cluster, and this gives a lot of critical damage for bossing if you want to. And also for Xesht, you want to save Ancestral Cry till the very end. Don't use it too early. For Simulacrum, you just put down Forge Hammer and activate Goral Cry and play Catch Me If You Can. Like this. Catch me if you can. If there's only boss left in Simulacrum, you change to weapon set 2 and kill them instantly with Lightning Warp. So, final thoughts about this new build. It is expensive, sorry about that, but the league is still young, and if you like this build, I hope you get to play it very soon. Survivability is great because it's hard to hit you when you're always running around. You never stop to pop any skills. Doesn't matter how fast you pop skills. You pop the skills, you have to stop to use them. But when you're running around, you can dodge all the projectiles and danger zones. In the Dream Scepter's explosion is going to kill the mobs before they can even touch you. Chaos damage is so OP in this league. Tons of extra chaos damage resources, and most map monsters have no chaos resistance, and Despair and Blasphemy can just lower their chaos resistance into negative. The Breachlord support gens adds a lot more creativity. Last but not least, the Perma Ancestral boosted Slam and Volcanic steps truly elevate our warrior spirit. Every time we pop Ancestral Cry, it feels like turning into Super Saiyan. And if you play with controller like me, you'll feel every step vibrates. It's just awesome. Thanks for watching. Real quick, right after I finished the build guide, I saw the comments from my teaser videos. A lot of guys are very excited about this build, and they're also worried if there's going to be a budget version because the Dream Scepter is super expensive. So I've been thinking, how could I make it work without the Dream Scepter? If there's an alternative to achieve the same result? And I have good news, there is. So instead of using Dream Scepter, we get a second mace, single mace with +4 levels for all attack skills. Also, ideally 3 sockets, but if you don't have it, use 2 sockets is fine, socketing the extra chaos damage. This will make up for the extra chaos damage from the Scepter. And +4 level of skills is gonna even boost up all of your attack skills even more. Ancestral Cry to level 39. The Volcanic Step damage is 1008, wow. And the explosion, we are replacing Herald of Thunder with Herald of Ice. The only changes for skills here is instead of using the Ashes Radiance to shock the enemy, we're using Tall Stillness and Freeze to freeze the enemy. The chaos damage from the Volcanic Stop will freeze the enemy and trigger Herald of Ice. Herald of Ice now has the Unerto's Embrace to break armor, to break more armor and trigger armor explosion, and to gain endurance shard as well, and freeze. So this explosion is not as powerful as the Dream Shard because it's chaos damage, but it will be enough to clear the path for you and make this build work. So let me show you a mapping real quick. I already have it activated. Yeah, it works just fine. Also for the amulet skills, I'm reallocating the shattering blow to help break armor even more, because we have crushing blow. We're heavily stunning them all the time. So yeah, and nothing changes the bossing. For bossing, we're still using the 2 Mjolnirs. So this is a budget version. I'm very glad I found it. The only limit for this budget version is that because it's depending on Ice Herald to do the damage, it doesn't work well with the Delirium monsters. But for normal mapping, it should be sufficient. It should be sufficient. Or even more, because... Ooh. Ha! This is my karma for caring about you guys and make something for you guys. My reward. Yeah. So if you can, I still believe Dream Scepter is better because the chaos damage does more damage toward mobs. They don't have chaos resistance, and you get more spirit. You can socket in all these expensive spirit costing support gems, and you get to use scavenge plating, because now without the spirit from that one, we don't have spirit for blasphemy anymore, or a scavenge plating. So that's a downside for overall damage for chaos. But at least we got it working, right? Yep, that's the cheap version. At least it can get the map going. It'll still be enough to do everything except Simulacrum and Delirium monsters. The charging for it's still fast. You see, I just did 4 slams and my Ancestral Warcry is ready again. So, and because of +4 levels also work on a shattering. Earth Shatter and Volcanic Fissure, so the Fissure now is even stronger, so you should be proccing, getting glory even faster. It does more damage. Yeah. Yeah!
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exciting.
Okay. I now have to re-upload the entire build video. It was already uploading, it's huge. Now I have to re-upload it. But at least you guys get to enjoy it. I'm happy. I hope you guys will be happy too. Peace.